We're live. Hey, Tony. Are you here? All right. This is
Oh yeah, I did read them on here. That's why I showed. He was right.
all right. Welcome. So I'm going to show you a couple things I did in my last live just to kind of whet your palate, what we're gonna do. So this isn't exactly what I did in the last live, but it was a colorway I used that I loved, and so I put it on a baby swaddle. This is likely one of my favorite things I've ever made.
Really?
Look at this.
Wow.
It's a baby swaddle.
That is really pretty. It looks like flowers.
Yeah. This is a tall, deep scrunch. So if we, who's ready to party? He's here. Tony's here. Anyway, so.
What colors did you use on that?
I used sea glass, eggplant, and what was it? Snow Maiden.
Wow.
So I love that one. Okay.
That is really pretty.
Your stripes, you know, see they're like a little bit straight. This one's a little more clear. Yeah, it does look like flowers. And if we roll a scrunch, I'll show you how I do the tall, deep scrunch so you can see how I do that like flowery looking thing. All right? And if you're curious, if I don't roll that, I have a lot of tutorials on it. So, okay, I've got my water. I've got everything here, and I have my grace.
Where can they find your tutorials?
Just on my YouTube that you're watching right now. All right, here we go. We're gonna do roll for tie-dye. So let's get started here. The first thing we're going to, so this is backwards for me, so I apologize if this feels like I can't read, because I can't really read it. Okay, so we're gonna get started with what blank to use. All right, so, and then Anna still doesn't know which is which. Okay. 5. A bucket hat. Okay.
Ooh.
So I didn't put any bucket hats in soda ash, so I'm going to show you how I do a sprinkle on a hat. Okay? A soda ash sprinkle. Let's see what colors we want to do, or how many colors. I know. Fingers crossed. 4. Oh my gosh, I keep rolling these huge numbers. Okay.
Maybe you should use like the D3 for the colors.
Maybe I should. Well, even still, I could get a 4. Does that look like a 4? It does look like a 4.
I think
Okay. All right. And then what colors? 1 through 6. 3. Rainbow. Okay, we're gonna do a rainbow on a bucket hat with 4 colors. What if I did a rainbow and I only had 1 color? How would I do that?
Well, what if now you roll for the 4 colors of the rainbow?
Okay, I can do that.
And that you'll have to like put them in succession.
Yeah, I don't have that listed though.
Well, okay, roll a D8 and we'll do Roy G. Biv.
Okay. So, Roy, orange.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, this is going to be written. I'm just going to write an O.
Perfect.
Because Roy G. Biv. Okay. 8.
Grace's choice
Choice.
is blue.
Oh no!
It's because it's a complimentary color to
I know,
orange.
so you're going to make it hard on me.
Yes.
Yeah, that was okay. All right. 3. Roy, yellow. I can't even tell if that's backwards. Okay, last one. 3. Roy.
It's a double yellow.
Okay, so 2 different yellows. So, okay, oops, whatever. Okay, so it's going to be orange, blue, yellow, and then another yellow. That might be really ugly, but you know what? That's why we're doing this. Oh, okay, and then I need to do what type of fold. So here is my hat fold, and I'm just going to do odd or even, sinew, of course. Make it hard on me. Okay.
You have greetings from El Paso, Texas.
Hey, welcome back. All right. Okay. So we are doing. I'll set this. You can't even hardly see it, but. Okay. So we are going to do sinew. So like I said, this is dry. So I'll show you how I tie dry. So I've got my sinew here, and I've got my sinew puller. This sinew puller I got from Etsy, and it was the nicest guy. So here, I'm just going to scrunch. I really like to make it like scrunchy, so it's not just like, so if I just went like this, it would just be like a circle. Sorry, it would just be like a circle. But if I take it and I scrunch it, then it will be more like a geode. So I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and then I pull. All right, that's how I do it.
And you don't have to tie it or anything. It just stays because it's so tight.
That's what's so nice about this is you don't have to use scissors or anything to untie. You just need to unravel it. So like here, I can even show you. You just unravel it like this because it sticks to itself. So let me just retie that really quick. So it's really nice. Another thing that's really nice about sinew is if you're doing like reverse dyes and you reverse it and then you put it in the washer, you can put it in the washer with the sinew attached to it because it won't unravel. With rubber bands, you can do it with rubber bands too, but sometimes they come untied.
Sure.
The other thing I was gonna say about this is Tony's playing a drinking game. So,
Also, I mean, he's not. We have nothing at the house for that. But why does he keep calling you Mac Max? Or Mac Mac? He said, for those playing along, Mac Mac and Wells roll for dice, mimosa morning. And then he said, take 5 sips every time. Mac Max says sinew. And he spelled it wrong. He put it in as a name.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. He spelled it wrong. Okay.
We did joke that was the word you were going to get.
Sinew? Yeah. Well, we'll see how much I say it. Okay, so I got these. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to grab this because I've learned my lesson on this thing.
And what is sinew made of?
It's artificial. This is artificial sinew. Sinew is like in an animal.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So some people use like deer sinew. I use artificial sinew because that's weird. I don't want dead carcass in my tie-dye.
Yeah, I get it. I feel that. I'm not sure I'd want that either.
It's more natural, I suppose.
Drunk people never make sense. That's not even happening. I know that for a fact.
He's giving you an idea.
Yeah, he's making suggestions.
That's hilarious. Mac and Wells.
Yeah.
Wells mornings. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. So we've got to pick orange, blue, and 2 yellows.
Ooh.
So here's another thing that I was going to show you is I got new, let's do Orange Crush.
Ooh.
And 2 yellows.
Perfect.
Marigold and daffodil. Okay, and then what was it? Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was going to show you is Dharma came out with this new sticker. So I put stickers on all of my dye pots so I don't just say Orange Crush. You can see that's Orange Crush. I love you, Skate for Tie. That's Joey. Joey is your name, right? I think I remember you from last time. Okay, and then blue. Do you want to pick a blue?
Well, I was thinking maybe that blue right there because it does have some yellow in it.
This
that one, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Make it a little bit.
This is kind of green.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's called wasabi.
Oh, well, it doesn't say that. Okay. I couldn't read it from there. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, what's that one?
This one?
What's the one right up behind it?
Mermaid's Dream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mermaid's Dream.
Okay, all right. So, I didn't roll dye on ice or dye under ice. Let's see here. I'm going to roll it just really quick. And I rolled dye on ice. Awesome. That's going to...
Is that best case scenario or no?
Nope, that's not good. That's not good. And I'll tell you why it's not good. Will you grab me ice?
Yes.
And then okay, so I'll tell you why dye on ice is probably not great. And it's because I've got complementary colors. I've got an orange and a blue that are going to go right next to each other. And those are complementary colors. So when I put them on here, they're going to split And they might make brown because they're going to split because the dye is on the ice. If I put the dye under the ice, they won't split as much, so they would sit on the fabric a little bit better. So that would have been a better roll. But alas, fate has decided we're doing the dye on the ice. And if we have a little bit of brown, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because sometimes people purposely dye with the color brown. All right, I'm just sticking the ice on here. Okay, and Grace told me I have to do it in order. So here's my milkshake spoon. Remember everybody, my milkshake spoon. Okay, so I'm doing orange crush first. Put it just right here. And if you would like to see these final results, you can follow my Instagram. I share them there. But also next week when I come back, I'll show you what I did too. All right, and then we're gonna do Mermaid's Dream, which is more of like a pretty teal color, but it'll be really pretty next to this orange, I think, as long as it doesn't just totally turn brown. I also, so this is fun. I'm doing a project right now where I'm putting too much dye on the fabric so that you can see why you shouldn't do that. And this one is Marigold. I will share that result as a video, but I'll also, if you want to follow along on my Instagram, it's store brand Anna, one word. I will share as I'm doing it, as the ice melts and all that stuff. All right, and then Daffodil. This is like a lighter yellow. All right, and then if you remember, this was not soaked in sinew. Sorry, take another sip. This was not soaked in soda ash. So this is called a soda ash sprinkle. I don't usually use these little packets. This came with a dye kit that honestly was quite terrible, but it did come with soda ash, so that's a bonus. So here I'm just gonna sprinkle on. That was way too much. You don't need that much. All right, there we have it. A bucket hat with 4 colors, orange, blue, yellow, and yellow. And we did sinew on it, and we did the dye on the ice. All right, there we have it, folks. We'll count that as a win. Well, no, we won't, not yet. We'll see if it's a win later. I'm just gonna set these in here. I wish I could show my swatch wall as I chose things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like pull them off and be like, this is the, but no, yeah, anyway. All right. Okay, and then Anna has learned this mistake. I need to really, really wipe the surface because I did that before and I got spots all over my... Oh, you weren't here for that one. I got dye spots all over this shirt because I didn't wipe it off enough. But it turned out okay.
Yeah, a little extra color never hurt anyone.
I mean, it was not the color I was dyeing with, but nobody would know that. Happy mistakes. Alrighty, we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
What are we gonna get?
This is so fun.
I was gonna choose bucket hat as Grace's choice, so now I gotta decide what else I would choose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bucket hat again. I mean, we can always do it again. I don't want to, but I can.
Again.
It is Grace's choice. She gets to choose. 8.
I knew it. I'm gonna choose bandana.
Okay, nice.
I'm choosing bandana.
Okay, we'll do a bandana. I haven't done a bandana yet. 5 colors. Oh my gosh, that's so many on a.
Oh wait, I think that looks pretty good.
Does it? I don't know about that.
Oh no, now which ones?
Okay. Cool tones. I can't read that. Cool tones. 5 cool tones. Do you want to look at so the way I have it is blues, greens, purples, pinks, reds, and yellows.
Okay.
So I need 5 cool tones.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna do what type of fold. What is that? Is that a 9? That's a 9. Audience choice.
Ooh.
All right, folks, you get to choose. You get to choose what fold. You can choose any of these folds here. Any of these folds for this one. And just let me know. I'll take, this is your moment, Tony. This is it. This is all you, buddy. This is you and Joey. Let's see it. Okay. And let's see if I want the dye on the ice or dye on it.
Yes, I can't really remember exactly what's
Even dye
cool
on.
tones are.
Cool tones are like greens, blues, and purples.
Okay, good. That's what I'm choosing.
Okay.
I'm also trying to make sure I pick cool toned of those, though.
Oh yeah, because some of them split a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me grab these. These bandanas are new to me. I've actually never done bandanas in my store. But it's like a really popular thing that people do. All right.
Okay, I picked. This is gonna be wild. This is gonna be wild.
All right. Grace picked. Gravity was your second choice? Okay, what was, sorry, I missed what his first choice was.
Shibori?
Shibori? Okay, I'll do Shibori Gravity.
Well, and then Joey said gravity, please. And
Okay.
then Tony said gravity was my second choice.
Okay, I'm going to do Shibori Gravity, okay?
Ooh.
So I'm going to show you how I did, because I wanted to try this fold. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to accordion fold it, just like this. Okay, so that's one way to do a shibori fold. Okay, and then I'm going to just keep this here and I'm going to do, we'll see if this works, some clothespins. So I'm just going to, I've done this fold before, but I've never done it on gravity, but I think it would be really cool. So I'm going to try it.
Ooh, a double fold. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see what colors I've picked.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not an exact science here.
All of these are cool enough.
They are. I trust you.
Am I not cool enough for the Turtle Club? You ever seen that movie?
No.
I think it's called Master of Disguise. Tony would know.
Oh, okay. All right, and then I'm gonna get, hopefully this is long enough. Nope, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna get a super long thing here.
Bring the big guns out.
Bringing the big guns out. And I'm going to lay this down. What I'm trying to do is get some of the pins on the bottom and then some on the top. And then I'm gonna grab my pool noodles just to shove it. So that I don't have to put more ice than I need.
Let me go get more.
Yeah, go get me some ice. All right, you guys ready to see what Grace chose for her colors? Let's see what she did. All right, and we're doing dye under the ice, so I'll get started with that. All right, so the first one she chose was Avalon. This is a splitting color. Hey, Tabby! This is a splitting color. The next color she chose was Sage Green. Then she chose Kingfisher Blue. This is one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. Mermaid's Dream.
Oh, we did just use that one, but that's okay.
That's okay. And Rattlesnake. Holy cow, this is so many colors for this small little thing. Okay, I just randomly set those like that.
Brilliant.
So let's do it. Let's do that. Okay, so dye under ice. I'm going to start with Sage Green here. And I'm just going to sprinkle it right here. This was already soda ash soaked. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space between each of these colors so that if it is a splitting color like this Avalon one, we can get both of those colors involved. So I'm gonna do this one right here. This is Avalon. This is a very thin fabric, so I'm probably putting too much dye on it, if I'm being quite honest. Kingfisher Blue.
There's a book series that involves a character named Kingfisher, I think.
Really?
We might have to read that one next.
All right. Grace and I are buddy readers. We're reading, or there's Mermaid's Dream. I'm not going to admit what we're reading right now. So don't read what we're reading right now. But we did just read Akotar and had the time of our lives.
That is true.
Yeah, this is going to be so pretty. And then the next one is Rattlesnake, which honestly comes out kind of brown, but that's okay.
But it is the last one on the gravity.
Yeah, so it might be brown down here anyway. All right, so there's some Rattlesnake. Oh, snakes. I know why Grace chose Rattlesnake.
I did see that. Joey said, I see you ordered the new sticker pack.
Yes, I'm glad you noticed that. I am blown away by them. The colors are really nice. My only thing with them is like if I were to really like Rattlesnake and I wanted the bigger dye pot, I can't reuse this lid. I need the bigger lid, so I wouldn't be able to reuse this. Maybe I could pull it off and use it again, but I don't know. All right. Oh, shiznit. Okay, I'm going to set it up in a gravity formation here. And I'm gonna stick this right here. Okie dokie. And it's kind of tipped over, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna set that outside. Rinse my hands a little. Oh, I'm not wearing gloves. That's another. So I'm writing a blog post right now about the most common dye mistakes. One of them is not wearing gloves. So.
I know, but sometimes I hate the feeling of gloves on my hands.
I've done this 7 years and I still make mistakes. That's part of it, right? All right, I'm gonna set this outside.
Yes, Tony, it is 150 degrees outside, which means that ice is gonna melt. That's what we wanted to do.
Yes.
If it was 32 degrees out there, we wouldn't be able to ice dye now, would we?
We could snow dye though.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Stick around for the winter lives. We'll find some snow.
Will we? How?
Well,
Where?
we'll find it. I'm saying we'd have to like go somewhere it snows, put it in a cooler, and bring it back here.
Yeah, you can snow dye.
That would be really cool. I think we should do that.
Oh, did I ever
And we'll use Snow Maiden.
Did I ever show this one? This is a hat that we did for one of these roll for tie-dyes. And we rolled green and yellow on this bucket hat. And this is a sinew one as well. You can see the sinew lines a little bit there. And it turned out really cool. This is for sale.
That's very cool.
You're going away for a smack.
It's because I was teasing him. Of the 150 degree heat. It's like he's not paying attention to the ice part at all.
All right, I'm gonna clean up my area. Let's put these. You want to put those back for me?
Yes.
Man, this is so much easier with Grace here. I can't even express it. All right. Who knew that 2 hands make lighter work than 1? All right. So I like to, I mean, this is common sense, I think, not for my husband, but for most people, this is common sense. I like to rinse with, or I like to wash with wet towel and then a dry towel. So I really know that I got it off. All right. Okay, here we go. We might have time for 2 more. We might have time for 1 more. Let's try it. Here we go. All right. So let's get going. Let's see if it's Grace's choice again.
That does seem to happen when I know.
Grace runs these lives. 1, a t-shirt.
Ooh.
All right.
Back to the basics.
Back to the basics. That's right. How many colors? Oh, go. Maybe I should should I just roll the 4? It's going to roll 4 anyway. It rolled 4. It literally rolled 4. This puts me out of my comfort zone because I usually do max 3 colors, but that's okay. All right. Now,
okay,
what?
I'm hoping for 1.
Oh, yeah? 2. Cool
Wasn't it?
tones again?
Yeah, we did this one. Reroll.
Okay. 3. Rainbow.
We already did
did
rainbow.
Oh my
Wow, it really wants that. That's what I wanted.
Monochrome. Monochrome. All right, so let's roll.
You want to roll a D8 for Roy G. Biv again?
Oh, well, no, it's monochrome.
Right, but which one?
Oh, which one?
Because we have to pick 4 colors of that.
That's a really good idea. Okay, we're going to do Roy G. Biv 6. That's a 9. That's a 9. I'm rolling the wrong one. 1. Red. All right, so we're going to do...
4 red?
I'm getting good at writing backwards. We need 4 reds, and my reds are, they're over there. Yeah. And you could grab some of the pinks probably too. Okay. All right, and then let's see which fold. 10. Grace's choice.
Wow. What are my options?
You have a geode, a spiral, a scrunch, shibori, fan fold, roll, gravity, or mandala.
Mandala.
We're gonna get Tony to drink a little bit more. All right, 2. Oh, that's great. Die Under the Ice is really good for mandala because I can make the placement a lot easier. All right. So I shouldn't have put this die pot right here. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, I'll grab
That
it.
ain't gonna happen.
I'll grab it for you.
I just should bring this out. I'm just wringing out my soda ash soaked t-shirt here.
I picked these based off of the stickers.
Hopefully they're accurate. The thing with reds is like so many, like if you look at my red swatches, so many of them look exactly the same. So that's fine.
I'm glad I did pick that one.
All right. Okay. So one of the most important steps with with the mandala is to turn the shirt inside out. This is important because you want the front and the back to look similar. I mean, maybe you don't. So I guess if you don't want that, then you could keep it the right side out. But ideally, you flip your shirt inside out. All right. Okay. So then I'm also going to do the sleeve and sleeve fold. Do you remember how we do this? We find the center. Don't use a permanent marker. I'm going to use Taylor's chalk. I prefer to use washable markers, but every time I start this, I forget I don't have one in here. So there's the center right there, probably. Yeah, I like that one. And then for the center down here, I just fold it in half and mark right there. And then right here. So Taylor's chalk, I just get this on Amazon. Like I said, I prefer a washable marker. I would also suggest using Crayola because there are lots of people who have reported that if they just got like a generic washable marker, it didn't actually wash out. And then they have this like marker left on their shirt, which is not ideal. All right, I'm gonna do this kind of quick because it's boring for me to talk through. But I'm basically just putting the sleeve in the sleeve, shaking it out, grabbing the bottom, finding the 2 things I marked, and folding it, okay? If you want that slowed down, whoopsie poopsie. If you want that slowed down, I have a video of it slowed down, all right? It's called Sleeve and Sleeve Fold, wouldn't you know? All right, so I want the mandala to be like about chest area, right? I don't want it like on the belly. So if I folded it like right in half, like this, well, actually that's okay. Some shirts, if I folded it like right here, it would be right on the belly. But for this one, I want it to be a little, I want the center of the mandala to be a little bit closer to the armpit. So like right there in the center of the armpit, okay?
That would be a really cute shirt for a pregnant person though, if it was a mandala over the belly.
Cute.
That would be really cute.
That would be cute. All right. So then I'm just going to, well, I'm going to do it like this. It's like an
pink or blue too, if it was like for a girl.
So I'm doing like an airplane fold, like when you make a paper airplane. Okay. So from this point, you're gonna want to do a zigzag. I mean, you can do all sorts of things, but we're gonna do a zigzag. And
what other options can you do besides
you
zigzag?
can do like straight lines into a zigzag and like, but this is the coolest one. All right, and I've got to be totally honest with you guys. I'm not very good at mandalas. It's gonna look fine, but some people are killer at these. This is not my strong suit. So I'm going to follow the line here on a zig.
On a zig.
On a zig. And then I'm going to grab my single puller here and pull it tight. And with these, you got to be really careful not to make a straight line. So look, it already kind of did that right there.
Sure.
So then what I do is I pull it from the bottom. Let's see if you can see this. I pull it from the bottom to come up to this diagonal. If you just go like from right here, like right there, it won't hit that corner I want. So I'm gonna go right here and pull it there. Oh, yeah, I'm not very good at these.
That's still a diagonal.
It's a diagonal.
Just a tiny
it's not
one.
a very steep one, but I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit better.
Just so happened that all of the folds today involved sinew.
I
knew it was gonna happen
I know. All right, and then I'm gonna do one here. So I'm not following these guidelines hardly at all, but that's okay. I would rather this be close together than have a gap right there than follow the guideline.
Sure.
All right, let's do just one more here.
And do you only do it just like, you just do like the middle part, or just how big you want the mandala?
I've done it where I made it really big and it just looked kind of awkward.
Sure.
So I try to keep it like kind of not
smaller.
Yeah. Another thing too, the way I folded this, where I did the sleeve and sleeve, that's gonna make the mandala on the front and the back, which, maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's okay.
No, that's all right.
It'll be fine. All right. There we have it. Okay. There we have it. I'm gonna grab this. And for the exterior of the mandala, I'm gonna scrunch. I'm gonna do a scrunch. Like so. Okay.
And if you only wanted the mandala on the front of the shirt, would you be able to do that?
Yeah. So to do it on the front of the shirt, you would just take the front of the shirt and pull it in half. And then the other half, the back of the shirt is like all the way over here.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's clear as mud. All right, here we go. So we've got, how many nodules do I have here? I have 1, 2, you can't really see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have this, which I'm gonna try to like really make this scrunchy weird, because if you don't do this, then it will be like mirrored. And I don't want it to look like, I mean, it wouldn't super matter, but I want it a little more random.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. So she chose pagoda red, terracotta, watermelon, and pagoda red. Okay, so I'm gonna do watermelon at the bottom. So the center will be kind of pink. So I'm gonna do watermelon, and I'm just gonna do just a tiny bit. You probably will have a hard time seeing this, I'm sorry. Okay. And then I'm going to do oxblood red. So we rolled, by the way, we rolled a monochrome on this. So that's why we're doing the monochrome look. All right, did that. And I'm not being very like super precise, like they are going to run into each other. And then I'm doing terracotta, but it will still look cool because the sinew lines are really tight, so you will still see the mandala. The colors just won't be like in the exact placement.
I can't wait to see this one done.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool. And pagoda red. And then for this exterior, I'm gonna sprinkle with all of them.
I can go get you more ice.
Yeah, would you?
But there is only
so I have a bag of ice in the casita.
Okay.
So if you go through this door and then out that door,
Go this way.
yeah, it's in the freezer. You bring it in here. Bring the bag of ice in here, because it's gonna be hard to get out. So I'm just sprinkling this on all over. Here's oxblood red. I need more oxblood. I'm running out. All right. And then I'm going to do watermelon. Watermelon. Let's sprinkle that on. Just gonna fill in as much white space as I can. I would still like some white space because it will look weird if it's just like the whole shirt is just red. I want it to be kind of like, I want this to be really red and defined, and then this to be not so defined. All right, we've got more ice. I knew this would happen. I knew I would run out of ice. So now I'm going to scrunch this kind of more to the side so that I don't have to use as much ice. So I'm gonna do it like this. What are you doing? Oh. It's like, where's she going with my ice?
I'll just break it up.
Thank you.
It was all together.
You want to use some scissors? Or you can rip it, whatever. We're just getting more ice. We ran out. If you're just joining us, we are doing roll for tie-dye. So this is what we rolled. We are doing, look at that farmer Carrie. He saw you pull out the. We're doing a t-shirt monochrome with 4 colors. Red was the color we rolled. Grace chose to do a mandala, and we did the dye under the ice. So now we're just waiting on, can I get her number? Sure. She's not single though. But you could still talk to her.
Depends on the day.
She's not single right now.
Do you have like a lot of money? Are you 92 on your deathbed with a lot of money? I could be, persuaded.
You'd leave Tony for Tony.
I think Tony would push me towards that because,
He'd die eventually, and then Tony could inherit some of the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. All right, we did it. All right.
The number is 911. LOL.
Okay, I'm gonna set this aside and clean off my surface. Got this one here.
Man, I thought I was really excited to see the bucket hat, and now I'm really excited to see the mandala and the bandana.
Yeah?
We have some good ones.
We do have some good ones. It'll be fun. And a reminder, I have an Etsy store. So if you're interested in ideally my audience is wanting to learn how to do it themselves, but some people also just want to watch, which is totally fine. And if you like my art, I sell it. If you are interested in doing it yourself, I have an ebook. I have it in the description linked. And you just sign up for my email list and you get the ebook for free, and it's 12 folds. So, and I made it really pretty to look at.
Yes.
All right, one more. Let's do one more.
Woo-hoo.
All right, here we go. Oh, I hope, well, that's fine. Okay. What is this? This is 12. And this is 8. This is 2. A hoodie. No. So I said if I roll a hoodie, I'm going to do a swaddle. So I'm going to do a swaddle. All right. How many colors?
That is crazy. That's lucky a swaddle's big.
All right. 6 colors. Alright. I always roll
If we get rainbow, easy. We're just staying with it.
Yeah. Warm tone. Okay. Alright, this is gonna be a really red and yellow swaddle.
It's gonna be great. No, I'm gonna pick some pinks too, because those are warmer.
Okay.
Maybe some purple. Oh, that's cool tone. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool tone. No, purple.
I'm gonna, well,
Red, pink, yellow. Alright, and then
6 colors. Wow. Oh, that was fun.
what is this? This is an 8. So I want a 10. Let's see what fold. 5. A fan fold. That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And I have my super long gutter, so that'll work. I'll do a double fan fold just so I don't have as much fabric to deal with. And then let's see which, if I'm doing dye over the ice or dye under the ice. I'm doing dye under the ice. Okay. That's okay. It won't flow as much, but that's okay. All right, let's do a fan fold. The good news about these is oh, I didn't get that out of there.
What?
I didn't get this out.
Oh. She needs to.
No. All right. 6 colors, man. Oh,
I know. I'm trying to
I'm just wringing it out here. I don't want it super wet. I want it to be just damp. Some people, oh, and we have more tones here too that you just used.
That's true, but I'm picking a different one.
Okay. I'm gonna move this to the side so I have as much space as possible. So I'm gonna do a double fan fold. That means it's gonna be folded in half. Remember how I was just saying something? Totally lost my train of thought.
I'm over here trying to decide which of these colors I like.
I think Tony made a joke.
Sure you did.
I missed it though.
Okay, I think I picked them.
Okay, this is gonna be a challenge, but that's why we're doing this, so I can get out of my comfort zone. Okay, so I folded it in half, and now I'm going to fold it in half again so that I can find this center. Because I want the fan fold to be centered. Isn't that a novel idea?
Okay.
These swaddles I make myself. Thanks to ChatGPT, they have a really good surged edge. All right. So here's how I get my circle. I kind of use this like a compass, like this, and I go here, here. Can you see that? Kind of. All right. It's not an exact science. Some people actually use a compass, but yes. I'm kind of a messy tie-dyer because this is practical, you know? I'm a practical and pretty kind of gal.
Absolutely.
I'm not here to...
Hence the name.
I'm not here to mess around and do all sorts of fancy whatever. Okay. All right, so I'm going to accordion fold it here. Oh, wow. My kid is on her way. Hey. Where's your blue pad?
Come here, let's find it.
The iPad is the babysitter today. So I'm just accordion folding it here. This is going to have a really long tail because it's essentially me folding it on a diagonal. So I've got a super long gutter. I have one that's 3 feet. I have one that I think, yeah. In fact, I think I have one that's 4 feet too, but I just need the 3-footer. One thing about this bamboo fabric that I use is it doesn't like flow super well. The dye tends to sit on the fabric, which is okay. We've got 6 colors, so we don't need a ton of flow. If we were only using like one color, it would look really weird, but I'm just saying this fabric doesn't flow super well.
Oh.
So
Don't worry, you have 6 colors.
that's exactly what I said, yeah. I have 6 colors, so it'll be good. All right, so this is gonna be good. Okay, what colors did you choose, Grace?
I will give them to you now.
Okay, here we go.
Here you are.
All right, 6 colors. Ooh, dragon fruit. Magenta galactica. Ooh, soft orange. This feels kind of empty. Coral. Ooh, coral is one of my favorites. Coral pink. Maroon. I've never used this color.
Perfect time.
And tangerine, one of my very favorites. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go lightest to darkest. So I'm gonna go. Coral is the lightest. Then soft orange, then tangerine, then dragon fruit. I wish those were reversed. I wish they were mirrored, but because you can't really read them, huh?
That's okay.
All right, did I do? Yeah, dye under the ice. Okay, so I'm gonna start with coral pink. You're so helpful.
I figured this might make things a little easier if I just...
Coral pink.
Wow, that is yellow.
Yeah, tangerine is pretty yellow.
That's fun.
All right, and then this is soft orange. It's almost, I don't even remember using soft orange. I don't know why that's almost gone. I must have made a mistake.
Maybe it was just really good.
I was doing Halloween stuff. That's right.
Oh, sure.
Here's tangerine. Tangerine. This is a really cool one. This one splits really cool. Here, I can show you one. There. That's tangerine. Here is dragon fruit. This is a newer one to me.
That one looks pretty.
Yeah, this one's really pretty. This is kind of pink.
Ooh.
I might need to add a little bit more here because I'm running out of... And then this is magenta galactica. This one is like really like a neon purple kind of a color.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then maroon. And sorry, I can't move this any farther. So just believe me that I'm putting maroon on right now.
Do you want me to put that outside?
Sure. All right. Okay. And let's do some ice. So, here we go. If you're just joining us, this is a swaddle. And we're doing warm tone. No. What are we doing?
Yeah, warm tones.
Warm tones.
6 colors.
6 colors. And I did a fan fold. And this is a gravity fan fold. Therefore, it is currently in a gutter.
Your mom's on now.
Hey, Mama.
She just stopped by, actually.
She just stopped by
Yeah.
my house?
Yeah.
Oh, are you driving and watching, Mama? Be careful. Tell me how much I owe you. She went to Costco and got some diapers. Ow.
Yeah, she put them on your thing.
All right, great.
Ada needed the reason she came in is because the iPad went to sleep. So she needed the code. And I was like, do you know the code? And
Oh,
she
to my mom?
Well, I asked Ada first. And she went like this. And then your mom walked in. I was like, do you know the code? She's like, yeah, I think it's this. And it was.
If any of you need to get into our iPads, it's a really secret code. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I appreciated that it was easy though.
Yeah. No, if they paid any sort of attention, they would know what the code is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is stick this down here so that when the ice, let me put a little bit more ice. When the ice melts, well, all right, there you have it.
Perfect, enough.
Or when the ice is sitting here, it doesn't fall down. This is gonna be really cool. Okay. All right, folks. Let me just set this out. I'll do it.
That clear one?
Yeah, I could do that. I think it might make it fall over. I might just need to set it against the wall.
Sure.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Hold on one second. Grace, sing him a song.
Oh. It's morning time. That's not gonna happen. Let me do some stand-up. Done. Joke is I'm already standing, so. But you guys can't see me. I can see my thumb.
All right, I'm gonna take this. And I'll show you guys. Actually, I've never done that.
I was gonna say, do you want me to like take this with you? Oh, I touched something. Hold on. All right, everyone, come on. Going on an adventure.
All right.
Here's the ones she's doing right now.
You didn't take it off of this.
Well, I didn't want to ruin the way I had said it.
Hello. All right. Here, let me.
I figured if you wanted to talk to them out here, it's on a stand.
That's a good idea. All right. So this is how I just set this up. Let's see if you can see it. Not really. So this is how I just set it up. All right. And so it's just on an incline. I just propped it on that bucket. Okay. And then the other things I did, that's something else.
That one's cool.
Leo chose those colors.
Aww.
This one right here with that shibori gravity we've got going. This one right here is the orange, blue, and yellow bucket hat. And then, you can't see it. Whatever, believe me. The red mandala is down there.
Yeah.
All right, let's come back in here. While we're in here, I want to show you my swatch wall.
While you're mobile.
While I'm mobile. Let me do this. There's my swatch wall. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. And this is my camera I use to record all my things. So anyway, right? Thank you for joining us. Oh, this is turned. Thank you for joining us. I had so much fun, you guys. If you have any last parting words, I'll be here. Let's all swatch the swatch wall. Everybody swatch the swatch wall. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. I'll be back next Saturday. Grace, will you be with me?
Thanks.
Okay, she might be with me.
Yeah.
And oopsie. So I'll come back next Saturday. I'll have everything washed out so you can see what we did and what it looked like. Again, let me show this one more time because nobody was here. This was one of the things kind of that we did last time. This was it's Snow Maiden, eggplant, and sea glass. And it's on a swaddle. These swaddles are $50 on my Etsy store. And that seems like a lot, but I promise you they're worth it. They're like an art piece. The kids that have had them use them till they're like 7. Like, people love them. Hey, Jay. Oh, this is not for sale. This is not for sale. Tabby bought this. I forgot. But I'll have more for sale. I'll have more for sale. And if you have a custom order you want, let me know. So anyway, thanks for joining. I hope you guys have a great Saturday.
Man,